Should you raise your prices? This is a question that a lot of businesses ask us, and a lot of times I ask businesses as well, should you actually raise your price? In this video, I'm going to share with you what we've come to learn about raising your prices in your business. What's going on, Scary Good people? My name is Tim, the Scary Good Marketer, and I want to talk to you about raising your prices in your business. And the reason we decided to talk about this is we were working with two clients and something interesting happened related to the pricing of their services. So I figured I should make a video about it and really talk to you guys about increasing your price for your products and services, because I know so many businesses are struggling to make more money or get more customers, any of that stuff. And one of the things that I tell people a lot of the times is I'm like, well, if you want to make more money, just increase the price of your products and services. And as soon as I say that, people just like freak out in there. The first thing that pops into their mind is, well, if I raise my prices, all my customers are going to go away. Like, I'm not going to have any customers. I barely have, 2 or 3 customers now. Those customers are just going to go away, and I'm going to be out of business, and I'm going to go bankrupt, right? And I understand the resistance to it, because there's that huge fear of, well, I'm going to go out of business if I raise my prices. So one of them, we created an offer, right? It was like over $300 in services that we put into a package that we were going to give people for $75. These things are going to sell like crazy because, it's $340 and they only have to spend $75 to come in and get this service. And, we're going to just make a lot more money. And now you may be thinking, okay, well, you're lowering the price. What does that have to do with increasing it? Well, the thing that was funny is we put this out and, we ran ads and nothing happened. Nobody bought the service that was, marked down quite a bit. Nobody bought it, right? Nobody bought the package deal. So we're sitting there scratching our head, we're like, okay, well, maybe we just need to try a different audience, right? Maybe we need to show this ad to a different set of people. So we did that, and we ended up showing it to 1,000 people, and out of those 1,000 people, only one person bought. So, I sat there and we were sitting there thinking, and I was trying to figure out, why is nobody buying? Why is nobody buying this? Like, it's a really good deal. It's a really good offer. Why is nobody buying this? My wife, who is the other business partner, actually was like, well, I think it's too cheap. And I was like, too cheap? What do you mean too cheap? And she's like, yeah, I think it's too cheap. I think that we need to raise the price. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, you are in the demographic of people that would buy this product. So I was like, okay, well, let's just increase the price. Because I was like, we tried all kinds of different things. We tried different landing pages. We tried different ads. We tried everything. Nothing worked. So, that's what she said when we were talking about the strategy. And I said, okay, well, let's increase the price. Like, the worst that can happen is that nobody buys it, right? And we're back to where we started. So that's what we did. We went from $75 and we increased the price to $127. And we ran the ad campaign. And within the first week, we had 30 people that bought that offer, right? So it was just kind of one of those things where I'm like, you can definitely increase the price of a product, and sometimes it's for the better. More people are going to buy it because maybe your price seems too cheap to some people, and they're weary about, well, why is it only that price, right? Why is it only that? Why is it only, that? Why am I only going to spend that much money, right? So that was client number 1. So it was just funny that, we increased the price and it just started selling like nobody's business, right? Like I said, we sold 30 of them within 1 week. which was over $4,000. I want to say it was a little over $4,000 in sales in just 1 week by increasing the price of the product. Now, our other client, she had a bunch of packages, right? She had like 4 or 5 different packages. She was trying to figure out, what was the best price, what was this. So her cheapest package at that time was $60 or $65. And her most expensive one, I think, was maybe like $125 or $150, somewhere in there. So what we did is we said, okay, well, first we need to consolidate down these 4 to 5 packages into just 3 packages. We need to give people a maximum of 3 options, because if it's any more, they just get too confused and they don't buy anything. So we knew that for sure. So we consolidated them down, and the same thing as I told her, I was like, we should raise the price of your products, right? Your services that you're offering. We need to just raise the price, because if you want to make more money, like, let's just raise the price and let's go from there. So we ended up doing the cheapest service was $137, and the top tier was $197. And we did the exact same thing. We had these packages, and I want to say the one in the middle was $167. So, right, you can see how much we increased the price of all of the services. We ran an ad campaign, and boom, just like that, they started selling way more than her original packages, even though her original packages were cheaper, right? She thought, oh, people are going to buy it because it's such a good deal. But the thing is that we also have to remember, and sometimes, it's one of those things that you need to hear it and see it multiple times to realize is cheaper isn't always better, right? Just because a product is cheap doesn't mean that everybody's going to start flocking to it and start buying it. It may seem too cheap, and they may be questioning why it's that low, right? So one of the big things that I tell people is I'm like, tweak your pricing, play with it, increase it. Like, if you increase it by, whatever, like we did, if we saw no sales, okay, well then maybe it's too high. Let's bring it down a little bit and then figure out what that magic number is of where we can just sell them like nobody's business. And if it's more money than what we started with, that's fantastic, right? So the thing that I encourage you in your business, if you have products and services and the things that maybe aren't selling, tweak the pricing on them, right? Tweak the pricing. Maybe you go up and see how it goes, see if you get more sales, and if you don't get any, then that's okay. Then bring the price down, right? And see if you see if you can increase the amount of sales that you have, right? Because the thing is pricing changes. Pricing can always change. And yes, there's a tactful way to do it. And, I will probably cover that in another video of how to do it to make sure that you have better success with it. But I really just wanted to make this video because it was just so fascinating to me that we just recently had 2 clients that the reason they were not making money in their business is because their price was too low, right? It's kind of crazy to think about that we had to increase the price in order for them to get more sales. So like I said, I really recommend that you take a look at your pricing and that kind of stuff. Now, if you would like some help looking at your pricing, maybe trying to do some tweaks on figuring out if your pricing is right or not, I would like to invite you to a free 15-minute call where we can kind of talk about some of the things. That way maybe we can help you and maybe we can tweak some of those things for you, in that quick 15-minute call. So if you're interested in that, right below this video, I'm going to put a link to where you can book your free 15-minute strategy session, and maybe we can talk about some of these prices and what we believe you should do as far as your pricing goes. Because like I said, we want to help you make more money. So like I said, check out the link in the description of this video, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.